Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first PCL Hoops Podcast on WSJP. I am Anthony Sorgi alongside our PCL panel, Dom Camp, Ryan Sullivan, AJ Farrington, Dom Schalk, and Cole Kuhn in the building. Guys, how we doing?
Doing great.
Great.
Yeah, Brett.
Couldn't be better.
Let's start this one out talking about Monday's final scores. I know some of you were here at the prep, and I'll just go quick takeaway from each guy. Prep 80, Newman 70, guys. Just quick takeaways from that one.
I think if I were to talk about Prep Newman, I had the pleasure of being on commentary for that game, and I thought it was impressive how Newman, despite essentially not showing up in the first quarter, really managed to battle it back and make it at least a respectable game with the PCL leading Hawks. I think Cody Colson really impressed, as well as Njai, their big man. I think they certainly show a capability to be a good middle-of-the-table PCL team that can take a game in the playoffs.
For sure.
Yeah, I was impressed with how Newman played, like Dom said, especially after that first quarter. And you got to look at the goal for each game, right? Newman didn't come in there expecting to go ahead and win that game. But what they are is they're a very young basketball team.
Yeah.
It's sort of maybe a reset, if you will, after the success from last season. And you got to look at their agenda, right? Teaching these guys how to play in close games. You saw they were doing a lot of fouling at the end there. Why would you foul with 3 seconds left? Well, it's about the learning process,
exactly.
Right? So I think they accomplished that sort of intensity. I think that's a good thing to look forward to if you're Newman. Great.
Yeah, like we said, new team, bunch of young guys. So, yeah, there's definitely an opportunity down the stretch, maybe in, this season, possibly in the playoffs, they could get hot, or, obviously you have the future in front of you. So, this definitely was I wouldn't say a statement loss, but it was a good loss and a learning opportunity, like AJ said.
Yeah. Any thoughts from Dom or Ryan?
Yeah, if you're looking at Newman at the current moment in time, and they're just a team that I think plays a little bit too much one-on-one basketball. Obviously, St. Joe's does a great job of teams that play that type of basketball, and you saw that last night. Obviously, when we interviewed Coach Harrigan and Jaron McKee, they weren't too impressed with the Prep's interior defense in the second half. I thought it was fine, but it's good to see that they think that they need to improve on things. Offensively, we didn't see too much transition offense, which I was a little surprised about. We saw a lot of half-court offense, which obviously worked. You see guys like Jaron McKee, Owen Chamberlain, who, in my opinion, was the MVP of the game, was able to do everything, get buckets, distribute the basketball. Lots of three-point shots made, a lot more than the previous matchup against Archbishop Boyd. You saw guys like Will Lesovich and Julian McKee knock down a couple three-point shots, which is definitely a sign of improvement. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. The Prep, when they're missing shots, they're still finding ways to win basketball games. But now that they're making shots, you see them put up 80 points, which is, I wouldn't say unheard of in the PCL, but definitely not a day-to-day score.
Yeah, if you're talking about Newman Goretti, what a dog Cody Colson is, number 3. He was the main reason why Newman wasn't in that game yesterday, just hitting huge three-pointers from way beyond the arc, and just his first look at the basket was more than 50% going to go in. That was really something that if he proves that, this Newman game may have been a different result, although Prep probably would have held them off with the momentum that they had. What about Roman? Yeah, holding a 7-point lead over LaSalle. LaSalle trying to just bounce it around. They're sitting right now at the 12th seed in the PCL standings, but they're looking to make some moves, and they're trying to make a playoff run as well.
We'll hit that, Roman, then we'll get to the O'Hare game. But Roman, good win for them. For LaSalle, a continued struggle. Guys, thoughts?
I think LaSalle really just been a average-ish team recently. Not too much thoughts to say on them. Definitely some potential there from high-scoring guard, Parisi being
for sure
a big guy. Neary as well, being a little bit of a younger guy contributor, and then he got some athleticism, especially from guys like Joey O'Brien. And the injuries have really just dealt the team a bad hand overall. So I think not some great circumstances and some very good PCL competition overall.
Sure.
I think about LaSalle, the best thing to say is they are who we thought they were.
Yeah.
There's nothing inherently surprising about LaSalle. Nick Parisi is incredibly good, not particularly shocking. Joey O'Brien is dynamic in his athleticism, really brings up the team, not shocking.
Yeah.
And LaSalle comes in hovering around the play-in scene, trying to make it to the playoffs, also not shocking. I feel like this is the exact LaSalle team we expected at the beginning of the year, and they've came out and done what was predicted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think LaSalle has, really struggled to put together, like, a good game plan for teams. I mean, their best win is Newman, arguably Ryan. I mean, you could go either one of those guys. But, I mean, they really haven't had a good statement win against really anybody. So, I mean, obviously you got Parisi, but he shot away in the big moment, at least at St. Joe's Prep, because, he got emotional in that game. And I think that's the reason that, Prep kind of, like, took him out scoring-wise. He only had, 15 points, which is – not up to his standards. So, I mean, I think they could do something in the playoffs if they even get there. But, I mean, there really is no, other than Parisi, there is no number one guy on LaSalle who can, keep up the program.
Yeah, I want to get to some other guys. I want to keep this moving along here. Let's head to O'Hara getting a win over Commonwealth Egan. We've talked about it. Ryan and I talked about it yesterday. Egan knows how to battle. They don't know how to finish and get a win. Guys, what do you think about O'Hara keeping their playoff hopes alive last night?
So I actually want to go to the other side and talk about Egan.
Okay, go ahead.
That's okay. So actually knowing the Egan coach quite well, Coach Sean Tate, he's quite the coach. I mean, this is his first year in the program. Egan, not historically a super great basketball program, but I would look for them moving forward in the next few years, especially with how he's able to develop them. And now with the way that they're keeping games close, that Princeton offense system is really helping them out. Holding the ball for minutes on end almost and waiting for that good shot. I mean, we saw them keep it relatively close, all things considered, against St. Joe's Prep, and they've continued to do that throughout the season, playing pretty strong defense and just holding on to that basketball, just making sure that you get the best opportunity. But when it comes down to it, do you have the guys to make the big play in the stretch, right? I mean,
Lack of star power.
Yeah, do you have that one guy you can say, you go in the huddle, you say, we need a basket. Do you have that guy?
That factor that can be provided by guys.
And for a school that's trying to turn around like Commonwealth Egan, I think right now the answer is no. But that doesn't mean the answer would be no in 2-3 years.
Yeah, let's all go to camp here for results.
Yeah, touching on O'Hara. Now, that win was huge. That's the reason why they are in the hunt right now for playoff spot. The rest of their schedule though is gonna really prove a test to what they can perform to. You're taking on one of the best, probably the second best team in the PCL being Roman Catholic, and now you're gonna figure out how to counter the Jackson Bros. That's gonna be a huge struggle if you're O'Hara, and that's one thing I give credit to St. Joe's to defending two guys that are 6'7" and taller, running them well. O'Hara, I'm not sure if they have that skill from what I've seen. They've got to try. I mean, no guarantee they're gonna win because, of course, Roman's right now is looking to have that 2 seed. Correct. So they're taking this game as get more experience out there, more for the college stuff. But O'Hara is really going to have to make a statement then. And then you're closing out the season on LaSalle. LaSalle, another team that game could be 50-50. Another team in the hunt as well. But that's going to be nerve-wracking as well if you're O'Hara fans.
Yeah, Ryan, I'll take it to you, and then we'll get Cole there.
Yeah, Cardinal O'Hara at the current moment in time, I mean, they look like a pretty decent team. They're obviously the 10th seed in the PCL. They are a team that in my opinion, they can't play full court basketball, and meaning that they can't really run with teams. You look at teams who get out in transition like St. Joe's Prep, they couldn't run with them. And I feel like that's their biggest problem. I don't feel like they're conditioned enough. I'm a big fan of Myatt, though. I think he's a really decent player. He has the ability to drive inside and make a couple of jump shots. So, credit to him for going up against Jordan Ellerby. And I wouldn't say getting the better of him, but he definitely gave him a run for his money on a few defensive occasions. So you got to give credit where credit is due right there. Green is another decent player on their team right now. Kind of what Schalk said about with LaSalle. They are who we think they are. Yeah. They obviously can, beat teams on their level. But when it comes to taking that next step over the course of the season, it doesn't look like they have been able to do that and probably won't be able to do that going into the PCL playoffs.
Yeah. Cool.
And I got some real quick on Egan. You have 2 winnable games here with Ryan and Carroll coming up, so we'll see what they do there. But they got a chance to knock some guys out possibly.
Yeah,
I think talking about teams like Ryan, Carroll, O'Hara, LaSalle, you just see kind of that total glut at kind of the play-in gap where they're all tied at 4 and 7, and then there's Wood and Newman just a game above. Although I do expect Wood and Newman to separate, you just wonder who winds up pulling away from that 4-team tangle. I mean, I think it's probably Carroll and Ryan,
We'll see.
just based off being historically better programs, and Carroll especially had massive preseason expectations that have not come true. Oddly enough, 0-5 at home, but 4-2 on the road, which I thought was really weird.
Extremely positive.
But I just feel like Carroll, especially with the ever-talented Luca Foster, will manage to pull away alongside Ryan and get into the PCL play-in.
Yeah, well, let's segue right into Carroll. They get a win over Judge. Ryan on the road, not in that hot gym, as you like to always talk about. But let's talk about it. No Ian Williams and no Drew Correa as well for this Carroll team. But Luca Foster, Munir, Greg, and company able to get the job done. Startham, big win on the road for them following the bottom.
Yeah, now they're just trying to get back into the groove of it. They lost 4 in a row, and, Bonner, that's that one team that I think has a lot of potential, but we knocked them down by 7 points. This Judge game, I don't know if this is more on Carroll's side or more on Judge's side. Judge looked like they were playing really sloppy basketball out there. Lots of turnovers. But Carroll, though, just if they can keep this up, they're going to have a real nice shot at having a decent seed there. Again, we have them at 9 right now. They can move up at any moment, and that's going to be pretty big. Of course, they want to be the top 4 seeds, but it could really help them if they don't want to be that play-in team.
Yeah, Ryan, what did you think about that?
I mean, Carroll is a really talented team.
Yeah.
Are they a complete team? No, but do they have a lot of talent on that team? Yes, and it just seems like they haven't been able to put that all together. But anytime you are Carroll and you're outside of that hot gym, it's a win in my opinion. So you have that right there.
It's not that
it was that hot.
Yeah. So I want to start by saying that it's a hot gym.
Yes, it is.
Like they gotta open a window or 4 or something.
Yeah.
So a little less from the tactic side of things, just the general trend pattern here. PCO basketball reminds me a lot of Big East basketball. I mean, I said this on air a couple weeks ago. Upsets aren't even really upsets to an extent anymore. I mean, any team
can beat any
has
team
any chance to beat
half
any team. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's
on offensive
Can we
land.
stop with the LC strays, man?
I mean,
I'm
that's
just saying
a
they're
little
like the DePaul of the league.
Exactly.
Villanova.
Yo, not Villanova.
I'm not going to fall for the rage bait. I'm not going to fall. Yo, just get your take, bro. Just
Yeah,
get
but
your
I
take.
mean, I think this is just one of those games. Sometimes teams don't come to play, especially with an expected win. You get a little easy. You figure you could take the game off, and then PCL basketball happens and get an upset.
Yeah, Schalk.
Yeah, I just think Carroll, extremely talented. Again, I have no idea how they beat Judge and Bonner both on the road, and then they take losses such as, obviously very close on the prep, but
But they lost to Ryan in OT.
yeah, exactly.
Up
20+.
27 at one point.
Were
Yeah.
they home?
That was the same night as the Roman game, right?
Or
Roman
and, and by the way, let's also mention that Carroll barely beat Lansdale. They
By
were
3.
struggling. They were struggling at one point.
You know what Kyle
That's freaky.
Coach
Can I ask-
Bo under pressure.
can I ask-
You know what
Yeah,
Kyle
they home?
Kuzma said. You don't want
They
to
were
beat
on
that
the
team.
road.
Oh, really?
On the road
at
at
Lansdale.
Yeah, they
And
won by 3.
They weren't in that gym,
They do.
and they still.
Yeah, let's get here.
Yeah, I got one real quick thing
Yeah,
to say about
Cole, hit
Carroll.
that quick.
So, first off, Carroll is starting to heat up here, and I don't think we're starting to realize Bonner, they win on the road. Judge, win on the road. Devin, this will be really interesting to see what they do against Devin, who's, top 3 in the PCL. So it'll be interesting to see what they do there. And I think this could be a similar situation to Archbishop Ryan last year, who heated up with Sorber and Daniel Williams last year. So we could see a pretty good run out of them in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'll ask here. I'll let Cole and Dom Schalk take the Devin Ryan game before we get it for AJ, Ryan, and Dom Camp on the Wood West game. Guys over there on the other end, what do you think about Devin Ryan?
I think that Devin really continues to impress me in a way I just did not expect. If anyone at this table thinks they thought Devin were going to be 9-2 at this point, they are lying straight to your face.
Yeah.
And it's just incredibly impressive how such a good squad, led primarily by Zane Colson, goes in and takes on real high-quality teams in the PCL and then manages to come out, especially given that they are a smaller school.
Yeah, I completely agree. And especially because, no one expected them to go into double OT against Roman and lose by 3. I think that was their honestly, that was a pretty, impressive loss in my opinion. I didn't think they could handle Roman. So yeah, interesting to see what they do here though, especially because I talked about that Carroll game. They have them at home, so it'll be interesting to see what they do there, and especially because like I said, Carroll's starting to heat up, so they definitely have that, and then they have LC last game, so it's definitely a possibility that they could stray away a little bit here especially with Carroll, but I think they're a great team, and obviously one of the best in the PCL.
Yeah, Camp, Sully, and AJ Wood gets a big road win over West Catholic. Wood looking like one of the hotter teams in this league. What are our thoughts there?
I mean, I think they're teams that are pretty similar.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as you can see by the scoreline. I mean, a 3-point win.
Yeah.
It's a pretty small margin of victory. And I think these are two teams that we've said this a lot so far, but are sitting at about expected. And Wood, as you said, though, looking to heat up a little bit. That'll be interesting moving forward into playoff time. I think that was just a good, solid overall win.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
I mean, Wood is a good team. They're probably my most underrated team at the current moment in time. They obviously have McAdams who can score the basketball. I'm a big fan of Jalen Jenkins. The 6'8" sophomore center. I think, as I said it before, I'll say it again. Next year, they are probably going to be the team to beat in the PCL. But when you're talking about right now, they have a lot of talent. Mike Green, who's making threes like there was no tomorrow against us. So, they obviously have a lot of talent, and they have guys that, can produce on winning basketball teams. But it just, I don't know. It just doesn't seem
Not
like
clicking.
right now. Yeah, exactly. They're not clicking right now. Obviously, West, they match up decently well against Wood, but Wood's a very decent team. I think they're an underrated team going into the playoffs.
Tom, quick takeaway.
Yeah, I think the West hype has really calmed down a lot after they got exposed by UMOTEP. I mean, not really exposed, but
72-36.
kind of embarrassed to say the least to get
Yeah.
only 36 points. But anyway, touching back on Wood, I mean, I take that you took Ryan. I don't think that next year Wood will be the best team to be. I think they're going to be probably 2 or 3. I think Roman with Sammy Jackson is just going to be brute force next year, especially they got Sutton coming up as well, so you got another young guy who's looking to make a statement. But no, Wood on that part, just they beat West Catholic, was surprised about that. And now they got a pretty decent schedule coming up. You're taking on Sal, and you're going to take on McGrady.
Yeah, let's get straight
I got one
to-
more thing.
You go ahead, Cole.
On Wood, the one thing I will say that could be their demise is their scoring droughts.
Yeah, we'll get straight to our picks. I'll ask you guys that we're limited to only 6 minutes here, so try to keep your takes quick. Going straight to our picks for this weekend, the last weekend of PCL play, these last few days. Let's start Silent Night in Widmore, Wood at LaSalle. I'm going Wood gets a win on the road. Dom?
All right, so yeah, Silent Night. I mean, the crowd obviously plays a factor, but I think LaSalle's just got to put a statement one up now. They're looking for a playoff spot. Wood right now is probably going to stay where they are in the retain playoff spot. They got to win out though. I'm going to take LaSalle here for that Silent Night.
Ryan?
I'll take Wood to take this one.
Okay. AJ?
I don't think LaSalle loses Silent Night.
Okay, let's go down to Schalk and Cole.
There is no faith in me for the LaSalle basketball program. I take Wood.
I'm taking Wood as well.
Now to Friday, big slate of games starting with Carroll at Devon Prep. Carroll looking to, if they win these last 2 games, they've got a spot in the playoffs. Well, what do we think about Carroll looking to keep this win streak and go into another tough road atmosphere and look to get a win? Tom?
Yeah, right now Carroll would be in the playoffs, obviously with Devon as well. Devon is looking to get that 2 seed spot. They need Roman to drop one of these last 2 games. But yeah, I just don't see Devon losing this game at all. I think Devon's going to win by more than 10.
Before we get to Ryan, I will say I'm taking Devon as well. Ryan?
I will take Devon, but in a close contest. Carroll obviously isn't at home. I will take Devon.
AJ?
I'm going to take Carroll here.
Okay, I
Absolutely.
like the confidence.
I think that if you're Devon Prep, this game doesn't mean all that much to you.
Fair.
I think Carroll trying to surge here. Away as well.
For sure.
Than Hutchin.
Schalk?
I want Carroll too. I don't think the Tide are built to withstand the Carroll on such a heater, I feel. I think their talent's going to win out.
Yeah, Carroll's got some dogs, man. I'm taking them to win. I think they're hungry right now for a playoff spot. Yeah, that's really all I got. They've been great on the road all year.
Ryan at Egan. I'm going to go Ryan on the road. I still just think Egan's not going to be able to finish another one of these games.
Conwell Egan with upstand now. Ryan's probably going to have this one in the bag. I think it's going to be a 6-point win.
Ryan?
I will take Archbishop Ryan, Conwell Egan, not a great fourth quarter team.
AJ?
Yeah, I'm going to take Zig and Ryan beating Egan by probably 6 or 4, not too far away. But comfortable 6.
Yeah.
I think it's the easiest prediction to make in the PCL, which is that Egan's going to find a way to lose, but only by single digits. So I will be taking Ryan.
Yeah, I'll take Ryan as well. Pretty
I
self-explanatory.
I think we all know who we're picking. Lansdale at Judge. Are we all picking Judge consensus?
Yes.
Cole, you taking Judge, Cole?
Every part of my body wants me to take LC, but I will take Judge.
I also
Okay.
naturally want to go against.
Next to Roman at O'Hara here. Roman, I mean, I think that they're going to be able to get this win not too tough for them as they look to clinch the 2 seed. Guys, give me your thoughts, okay?
I mean, Roman's had an okay stretch the past 2 games. It won by single digits against Conwell Egan and LaSalle, but I think this game at O'Hara just going to show them being so explosive. Yeah, I think Roman's going to win by a good margin.
I think I'll take Roman.
Yeah, AJ?
I think it's gonna be a slaughterfest. I'm saying like 30 points.
It would
Like maybe 40.
It was
I mean, they got smacked around by Judge, like 82 to 35.
Yeah,
Like,
it
I
was
see
bad.
this going the same.
Okay.
I think Roman wants that 2 seed and they want it bad. It's going to be a statement win against O'Hara.
Rowan's probably fired up because they almost lost, multiple weeks. I mean, especially you look back at the Devon game. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to take Roman here, and I agree with AJ. I think it'll be 25 plus.
Yeah, next. We're heading to Newman at West. I'm picking West at home. I think that they are going to be able to maybe seal up a 6 seed. We'll see how it all plays out, but I think this is a huge seeding game. Give me West to get the win. Tom?
Yeah, I don't see Newman finishing with a few losses end of the season. I do think Newman's going to pull off an upset here.
I will take West to win this one.
AJ?
I think I got West as well. More athletic big man.
I think I honestly have to believe in Newman. I think they had a strong showing against Prep, and I don't believe they'll slip against a team that's basically right at peer level.
Yeah.
Newman's 1-4 on the road, and West's got a tight community, and I think the fans will show up. So I'm going to take West in this one.
Are we all picking Prep to be Bonner?
I'm picking Bonner.
Taking Bonner? Okay.
I'm taking Bonner.
In my absence,
I
will
do
take
not think the Prep can go undefeated in the PCL. It's too good of a league. Bonner's a solid team on the road. I'm afraid of it, but I certainly wouldn't be shocked if the Hawks won.
Any other upset picks there?
It all comes down to Corey Francis.
Set it out. Let's go. Just give us your pick and keep her moving. Ryan at Roman. Monday. Or Sunday, excuse me. Okay.
I'm going to take Roman.
Roman.
Close, I think Roman.
Roman.
I would at Newman. Another interesting game. What do we think there?
I'll take Newman.
Wood.
I'm taking
Newman.
Yeah, I'm going to go Roman, and I'll go Wood on the road there. Lansdale at Devon. Consensus here?
Devon.
I'll take Devon as well.
Devon.
Yeah, Devon.
Yeah, I think everyone's going down there. Egan at Carroll. I'm going Carroll gets the win.
I think Egan pulls the upset.
I think Egan also pulls the upset.
Carroll.
I believe in Carroll.
Carroll won't slip up. I got
And
Carroll.
then last one for Sunday before we get to the one game on Monday. Judge at Prep. Big one on Super Bowl Sunday at noon. Pack the Nest. Thoughts, guys? I'm going Prep.
I'm going to take Judge.
Yeah, I think the Preps will be that motivated for this game. They don't necessarily need this one, but I'm going to take Judge.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Prep here.
I don't think the lack of motivation will matter. I think the Hawks still take it.
I'm going to go with Judge here. You're probably going to get a couple guys back, so it'll be a fun game. But
Yeah. Last pick, Bonner at West. I'm going Bonner on the road.
I'll take Bonner as well.
I'll take Bonner.
Take West.
I'll take West as well.
I'm going to take West as well.
Okay, that will do it for us. We will be back prior to the play-ins
I
on
can't think
Wednesday.
against West twice.
Thank you for watching. Big weekend of PCL Hoops to come. Make sure to tune in on WSJP both Friday and Sunday for the Prep's last 2 games as they look to finish up this undefeated PCL regular season.